What's going on, guys? Mickle here, and I have a super interesting video for you guys today. We are going to be talking all about summary judgment versus settlement in the Ripple SEC case. As of recently, I have seen a ton of different lawyers coming out and saying that they now believe this case is going to go to summary judgment and may drag on all the way to 2023. In this video, I'm going to give you my opinions on this and show you guys why I do not believe we are going to summary judgment, and I am still confident this case will settle. Now guys, I think it's extremely important to point out that there are still many lawyers following this case who believe it will settle. In this video, I hope to show you guys both perspectives and really break down why I believe a settlement is way more likely than this case going to summary judgment. Guys, I have been thinking about this for a long time now, talking to different lawyers, and I think I'm going to bring up some different perspectives that you guys probably haven't thought of, so make sure you stick around for this whole thing. Guys, towards the end of the video, I have a couple surprises for you. I'm going to be outlining why I believe XRP is the best investment I have been making since my early 2019 Tesla investment, and I'm also going to show you guys a new investment that I am so excited to start putting money into. You guys are definitely going to want to see that, so make sure you stick around. If you guys are new to this channel or come here all the time, please take a second to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It goes such a long way in helping to support this channel, and it means so much to me. If you guys are looking for a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out the link in the description below. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, since James K. Filan put out his updated prediction on how long it will be until we get to summary judgment, I have seen a bunch of different people on Twitter assuming that means we are automatically going to summary judgment. Now, hopefully in this video, I'm going to break down what is going on behind the scenes in both these parties' heads and give you guys a better idea why I do not believe the SEC would dare go to summary judgment. I am even going to show you guys a diagram I made to help visualize this. Overall, the goal of this video is really just to outline where we are right now in this case and what makes the most sense for both parties going forward. Now, I want to start out here and point out this tweet by John Deaton, which was just a couple of weeks ago, and he says, take a look at this article by Reuters on the Ripple case. Look at the end where she talks about the significance of the fair notice defense ruling. She points out that the decision was significant as it opens the door for future defendants to get discovery from the SEC. So what this article is pointing out is how significant it is that Ripple will be able to argue fair notice to the court. And that is because if this thing does end up in summary judgment and Ripple wins the fair notice defense, it is going to destroy the SEC's power over the crypto industry. Ripple winning the fair notice defense would create a playbook for every other cryptocurrency to use and be able to use the fair notice defense against the SEC if they were to ever get sued. This would dissolve the SEC's power over the rest of the crypto industry and would be a huge loss, not only for this case, but for every other crypto case to come. And that's why I tweeted out in response to this, I am unable to see any scenario where the SEC would want to take this to summary judgment. It doesn't make any sense because in all likelihood, they will lose the fair notice defense. And you might be thinking, well, why are you so confident they will lose the fair notice defense? Well, just wait 1 second and we'll cover that, but first I wanted to point this out. Fred responded to that previous Jeremy Ogan tweet, and he said, this is another reason why settlement is unlikely in my opinion. SEC could have prevented a precedent-setting ruling on fair notice with settlement. It didn't. Lost on motion to dismiss and likely lose on summary judgment on fair notice. Cat is already out of the bag for all other cryptos on fair notice defense. And while I see what he's saying, Ripple did win already on their right to argue the fair notice defense, they haven't lost at summary judgment yet. And that's why I tweeted out, but they didn't win fair notice, referring to Ripple, correct? So other cryptos can only argue it, but so long as the SEC does not lose the fair notice defense to Ripple at summary judgment, the damage seems relatively controlled. And what I'm pointing out right here is like, yes, Ripple did win the right to argue fair notice to the court, but they never actually won fair notice. So as far as the SEC is concerned, most of the damage from this ruling is still relatively contained. The damage gets really bad if Ripple was to win on fair notice, which I believe they in no doubt would if the SEC let this case get to summary judgment. And let me show you exactly why I believe that's the case. Well, it really stems from Judge Netburns' early commentary on this case, and I think this is so important because these are Judge Netburns' early thoughts about the SEC's case against Ripple, and I think this shows that she has always thought that Ripple was the party on the right side of the law. And let me just quickly read you what Judge Netburns said very, very early on in this case. She said, "My understanding of XRP is that not only does it have a sort of currency value, but it also has utility, and that utility distinguishes it, I think, from Bitcoin and Ethereum." She also said, presumably to the SEC, under this theory then, every individual in the world who is selling XRP would be committing a Section 5 violation based on what you just said. Right here, we see extreme skepticism from Judge Netburn on the SEC's case. It doesn't seem like she's buying it. And this was very early on in this case. What has the SEC brought to the table since then? Almost nothing except further destroy their own credibility. What have we learned since then? Well, Ripple did get legal advice very early on, and that legal advice told them that XRP should not be considered a security. We also know that the SEC was sending emails back and forth to different lawyers at the SEC, potentially containing information about XRP that not even the SEC thought XRP was a security. So there is no doubt that as these things are unfolding in this case, that Judge Netburn is simply feeling like her gut decision was correct and the SEC never had any real merits when they started this thing. Everything that has played out to this point has only further confirmed her initial bias, and that was that XRP is not a security. This is the fundamental reason why I believe the SEC would be insane to take this as summary judgment. It has already been so obvious that the court is on Ripple's side here, and as this case has played out, this bias has only been confirmed further. Alright, so I think we've made it clear why I believe the SEC has no incentive to take this thing to summary judgment, and they are much better off settling this thing. But a settlement takes both sides. So why would Ripple not want to go to summary judgment, and why would Ripple want to settle? Well, we know James K. Filan told us yesterday that summary judgment is going to take a lot longer than a lot of people were initially expecting. When I thought summary judgment was a lot closer, and so did a lot of different lawyers, I was actually more confident that Ripple was the party who didn't want to settle, and Ripple wanted to go to summary judgment. But if summary judgment is such a long ways away, Ripple is actually also incentivized to settle this case, because Ripple doesn't want their business model to be put on a hold for a whole nother year and a half. They want this thing over. This thing has already been going on for 2 years, so if summary judgment is actually further away, it actually increases Ripple's incentive to settle this case, especially if the SEC also wants to settle the case. Now, I want to show you why I believe the SEC is actually playing a very dangerous game with Ripple, and Ripple actually holds a lot of power here. And if you're not looking at your screen right now, just take a quick look at it so you can see this diagram. So right now we're right here where these arrows are pointing, and just think it's the arbitrary in time right now where we are in this case. And we know once summary judgment is scheduled, there will be a deadline where essentially we will have most of the major rulings take place in this case. Now, we have already established that the SEC does not want to go to summary judgment because this is where they take the max pain in their losses to Ripple. Now, the SEC is playing a very dangerous game because the closer they get to summary judgment, the more incentive it is for Ripple to say, you know what, we're over this. We're already almost at summary judgment, so we might as well just go all the way there and we're not going to settle with you anymore. You took too long. We're done playing these games. We're going to summary judgment. So the SEC has to be very careful they do not let Ripple get to this point. So what do I see? I see some time in the middle between where we are now and when summary judgment is scheduled, where these parties will both be incentivized to come together and settle. I think this happens a decent amount of time before summary judgment is going to take place, because the SEC does not want to incentivize Ripple to take it all the way. At the same time, the SEC is playing a dangerous game, because the longer they drag this case out, the better settlement terms they will get from Ripple. So I really do believe there is a golden ratio somewhere in the middle between where we are right now and where summary judgment is going to be scheduled, where these two parties are going to be incentivized to get together and end this thing once and for all. The SEC does not want to take a loss that's going to destroy its power over every other crypto project to come. And Ripple doesn't want its business model on hold in the US for another year and a half. So there's no doubt in my mind a settlement does good things for both parties and just seems like the most logical outcome for both parties going forward. Now guys, I want to fly through the last part of this video so I don't hold you here too long. Why do I think XRP is the best investment I have made since Tesla? Well, let me tell you right now, there is extreme divergence between the price of XRP and the fundamentals. I want to read you this by Ashley Prosper. American Express and Santander have partnered with Ripple to speed up cross-border payments between the US and the UK by using blockchain technology. Bank of America also recently partnered with Ripple Technology. Guys, Ripple is dominating the blockchain space, and there is no doubt XRP is going to be heavily integrated in every product they have to offer. I tweeted out earlier today, let me tell you a secret. Most people didn't get bullish on Tesla until the price 5x'd. The same thing will happen for XRP. XRP and Ripple are already disrupting the legacy system, just like Ripple did. But people never pick up on these things right when they're happening. It takes a while. They need to see the price go up, because they don't understand the technology like we do. We understand how Ripple and XRP are positioned, and we understand they are going to capitalize on the position they are in. Therefore, we have the benefit of investing in these projects before they take off, and once they 5 to 10x, that's when all the masses are going to flood in and say, hey, look what I found. And what's the next project I am super excited about? Flare. Guys, Flare is gonna be a behemoth. I cannot wait to start covering them on this channel. I just want things to get moving, have things start taking off, get a nice news cycle around the Flare project, and we are no doubt gonna cover them a lot. And let me tell you guys, this project will be huge. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the update. If you're still here, make sure to like and subscribe. It means so much to helping this channel grow. It means so much to me. Thank you. For now, Mickle out.